well, we could say, is it a measure of the kind of what to expect in the future? The future is in the school games, and that's why I think I echo Arocho's sentiments that there should be some seriousness also at the school games level, because these are the grassroots you like to talk about. Sula, how did it look out there? And are you aware, have you heard of the...
Actually,
what Arocho was talking about?
What Arocho is raising doesn't shock me, because when I was a student, this was very, very common. And it's happening across the country.
Did you play football?
Your guess is as good as mine. So, it's something that has been there for so long, and we know it. We know those stars who would just come during the sports games, school games, and they'd be registered for this team. They fight for honors up to national level, and that's it. So, and the ministry is aware, as Arocho says, the government is aware. It's something we really need to curtail, because when we have Shitera, who is 42, playing under 18.
I'm 42.
So you see...
But I think I've retired. I played football.
He's denying rather the youngster who should have a fit.
Yes.
It's from these school games, actually, that you identify the talents. And basically, in school games, we should be having national team coaches across all the sport disciplines. I expected probably a Rambi Stars coach there. I expected...
Do we have a coach
there. I expected Malkia Strikers coach. I expected the national volleyball and national hockey team coach in these games, scouting talent. And where systems work, we would pick a player and put him in the national junior side. I'm talking of the under 17, under 19, under 21, which are non-existent in our structure. So you nurture the talent and walk the journey with them. And it is in these school games that agents come to scout for talent. If I take you 3-4 years back, there's just one player in Eric Ouma Marcelo who walked straight from Green Commandos into a Gor Mahia starting 11. He just featured for a few months for Gor Mahia.
You have another one.
And a nod to play in the top league in Europe. Actually, the last transfer season, Eric Ouma Marcelo was being linked with all the big leagues across the world. So that's the strength and the opportunity the school games offer. However, in our context, we are abusing it, as Arocho says. So if we just look a glimpse at how it happened, and this went on across the country, the regional games. So for instance, in Western region, Winnie, if we can have the graphics roll, you can see in basketball boys, Kamusinga High School actually, were the champions. That's from Bungoma. Then you have the 3x3 basketball. That is Chesami's boys, again from Bungoma. Then you go again to basketball, the girls, you can see Tigoi from Vihiga. They were the champions. You go to Luo Nyanza, Friends School Kamusinga, rather, again in hockey. These are giant, actually, Arocho. Both in academics and in the school games. Then hockey girls, you see St. Cecilia, Misiku. So I've expected probably the hockey union boss would have been there to help the coach scout. Bukembe boys, again, Bungoma, champions in boys, soccer, and Muira girls, that's of Kakamega, again, reigning supreme in the girls category. Volleyball, Namuela boys, still Bungoma, and of course, St. Matthias, Muitoti.
Matthias.
It's Matthias?
St. Matthias.
In Kakamega. If we can have a look at how things were, probably in Kisumu, St. Luke's Kimilili, handball boys, and of course, Moi girls winning the girls title. Then in Kisumu, you can also see that there was quite a lot of action there, and Kisumu Day actually won the boys title as far as football is concerned. Now, this went on even in Coast. We had Kisumu Day, you can see it there, and of course Kobala from Homa Bay were the champions in the girls category. So we have this in all the disciplines. In Mombasa we had action as much. In Rift Valley we had action. And now after this Friday we shift gears to the national Term 2 school games, which will be in Nakuru. So some of these teams actually I'm mentioning, like St. Joseph of Kisumu and Nyakongo from Siaya, they're all heading to Nakuru in the national Term 2 school games. So this is where, again, we'd expect the galaxy of stars, the upcoming players. The talent will be on parade. Now, Can these associations wake up? Can they get out of the comfort zone? Can they get out of their air-conditioned offices in Nairobi? We want to see them in Nakuru.
The ground.
We want to see these coaches in Nakuru scouting this talent. And I liked what David Ouma would do when he was the Harambee Starlets coach. David Ouma, Paul Bitok with the Malkia strikers, they'll actually be on the ground, scouting talent. Kwatanze in Ukambani has given us a lot of good players in the national volleyball setup. And it explains why we've had continuity there. Malkia strikers have been really performing very, very well. So there's no magic. We just have to do this. And again, the problem is, can we just address the rot? Right. If we want to have more Eric Marcelos going into Sweden, going into Finland, going into Europe, it starts with the school.
You have to address the rot there. Shitara, maybe your final thoughts on how to move, because now, like you said, the finals are going forward, and what's happening is happening. And, you know, like you said, Sula said, we know it, they know it. So can somebody do something with this knowledge?
We all know it. You see, the sad thing is that boys and girls are enjoying themselves in the school games, knowing that they are coming up to a certain level where probably those who are not good in academics will earn a living from sports, will earn a living from football. But little do they know that at the moment, football is a very, very murky business in Kenya, that top players are living for lower divisions in our neighboring countries. But again, look at it this way. Lack of a formidable federation that would run the league, because here I'm blaming now, is it the transition committee? You would enjoy football the days I think Safaricom would sponsor Chapadimba na Safaricom, and the players you are talking about are products of Chapadimba, the Omalas.
Actually, if you hold on there, our colleague Tony Anelka is reminding me that at Gor we had Musa Mohammed.
Yes.
We all know the captain.
Yes.
Edwin Lavatsa, we remember him from Upper Hill, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Straight into Gor Mahia.
Yes.
We all remember PPO Eric Masika. Yeah, so there's so many.
So that is the dilemma we are staring at. You see, such corporates will step back, people who are supporting talents, just because we are having a confusion in the management of our football. I thought that the committee, or the transition committee, you call it, the caretaker committee, will step up and entice sponsors. To the contrary, they have all left. So I think, as we have all agreed here, let us have a political solution to the Kenyan football.
Okay. So